Patriot Act are up for renewal this week. A small but principled group of lawmakers is committed to doing all they can to kill this dangerous law. The law enacted after 9/11 completely violates the Constitution, as it allows the warrantless searches of your medical, financial, computer, and personal records. With us now is one of the few principled politicians fighting to repeal this once and for all. Here now, Georgia Republican Congressman Tom Graves. Congressman Graves, it's a pleasure to have you on, sir. Welcome to Freedom Watch.
Thank you. Great to be with you. Appreciate what all you do to advance freedom and restore freedom in this great land.
Thank you. You and I and most of the people watching us now are of the view that there's some sort of weird culture in the Congress which says that less freedom equals more safety. I mean, that's not true. It's never been true throughout history. It's contrary to the Declaration of Independence, to the principles on which the country was founded, and to the Bill of Rights. But if I were one of your constituents and I said to you, Congressman, why are you voting against the extension of the Patriot Act, how would you reply?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, we're in an era in which you're pitting security versus liberty. And in that case, we always have to err on the side of liberty, err on the side of freedom. That's what I was elected to do. I know that's what many members in Congress said they were going to do. And so we're going to keep pushing forward in that aspect. And we need to reject any of those notions that take away individual liberties and personal freedom.
Congressman, do you find that your constituents in Georgia have a concern about allowing federal agents to do to them the very same thing that the King of England and the Parliament authorized the King's soldiers to do to our colonists? We're both smiling about this because you can't make it up. I mean, we fought a war against Great Britain to stop them from sending soldiers to seize our belongings without search warrants, and now the Congress wants to allow the people that we thought were here to protect our freedoms to do the same thing. Are your constituents concerned about this?
We hear a whole lot about this issue, and in fact, I haven't been here less than a year, and I've already voted twice against the renewal of these provisions. And each time we are reaffirmed from our congressional district. Everyone is very pleased that we are standing against this renewal, and so it's something we hear about quite a bit. And we've got a great congressional district who truly value and long for additional freedom and liberty.
Why is it that you were in the minority, Congressman Graves? There once was a time when conservatives stood for limited government, yet people who call themselves conservatives, the leadership of the Republican Party in the House, they're not only in favor of this dangerous law, they don't want you and Connie Mack and Ron Paul and others in the House who are against it to even debate it on the floor of the House. Why is that?
Well, I certainly can't speak for them and what their intentions are, but the House has had quite a few hearings on this since the rejection of it earlier this year, and then the subsequent vote. So there's been some hearings, but there's just been still many questions unanswered. And I think back to 2009, and Judge, I'm sure you brought this up, but the Department of Homeland Security back then issued a report to local law enforcement talking about right-winged extremists and right-wing terrorists, and it being those who loved our country and who might go out and speak out against a government that was reaching too far. It references veterans who were returning from war, referenced those who were advocating pro-life. When you have a government that issues an order such as that and says, hey, watch out for these people, I think that's something we need to be very concerned about. So as we look at the renewing of these provisions, that's something that sits right in the back of my mind and the constituents of North Georgia.
Congressman Tom Graves, keep up the fight. Thanks for joining us.
We'll do it. Thanks.